I could not be more excited about this episode of Roadkill. At some point between Monday and Friday, I will have the best day at work ever, because this is all about surprising David Freiberger.
Yeah.
Right now, David Freiberger, Michael Wayne Cotton, and Steve Dulcich are road tripping to Roadkill Nights powered by Dodge in Pontiac, Michigan. Why are they doing that? Well, for starters, it's our kick-ass annual event where we have actual street-legal drag racing down the one and only Woodward Avenue. The grounds at the M1 Concourse are taken over for an amazing Roadkill get-together for fans, where we have a car show, Dodge drift rides and thrill rides, Roadkill cars on display, grudge racing on the street, and more. If you've never been, you're missing out. But more importantly, why are the guys road tripping there? Well, it's because it was the best cover story we could think of to keep Freiberger busy long enough so that we could give him the surprise of a lifetime by rebuilding his broken Hemi engine without him knowing.
Cotton is in on the surprise, but we had to leave Dulcich in the dark since they spend so much time together, we couldn't risk a slip-up. Meanwhile, Newbern and I are here in Georgia, and we're also going to road trip to Michigan, but our plan is to surprise Freiberger with none other than the Hemi Gremmie. Right now, Freiberger thinks he and I are working on my death metal 68 Charger and that we're road tripping there to meet him and go do some burnouts. But what he doesn't know is we've stole his car from California without telling him, had my Hemi rebuilt out of Blasphemy, and we're gonna put my Hemi in his car, show up to Roadkill Nights on Friday, and surprise him. He has no idea we're coming.
I can't wait, dude.
Yeah, I feel good about this. This is an internet-famous 1975 AMC Gremlin. That's right, Freiberger bought this a long time ago, way before Roadkill existed, for $700. It's ugly, it has a ton of character, it came with an inline-6 engine, which no longer exists in our Gremlin, and this is one of the most extensive projects we've ever had on Roadkill. We have auto-crossed it, we have flat-towed a Prius with it, we have crashed this car while flat-towing a Prius. But eventually, after lots of procrastinating, we slid a Ford Model A chassis under the Gremlin, which only has a 96-inch wheelbase. Then we stuck a 426 cubic inch Gen 2 Hemi that makes 500 horsepower between the frame rails and proceeded to do epic burnouts. This thing is a machine. It does not road trip very well, though. It overheats a little bit, and the last time we drove it, we made it about 11 miles before the Hemi ate itself.
This is loud, dude. Well, that's something that we're not going to fix at the side of the road, roadkill style, essentially because I'm not willing to blow up my Hemi in order to keep going roadkill style.
We have a long history of having fun with the Gremmie, but the truth is, it's sat in storage for the last year broken. And now we're going to put my Hemi in his car.
So this is the first time I've seen the Hemi and the Gremmie together. And from what I understand, you said the number 4 rocker arm here came loose.
Essentially, I'm pretty sure this just never got adjusted right. And so as we drove down the road, the push rod popped out and it just got all beat up, which put metal in the motor, which you don't want. That just tears up the bearings and everything else. And yeah, you could change the oil and clean it out as best you can on the side of the road and keep driving, but the bottom line is it's a Hemi and they're really expensive and hard to get parts for right now.
Yeah.
Which is why Freiberger and I didn't do that on the side of the road. You and I are not gonna rebuild this right now because, let's be honest, it's a cast iron headed Hemi that makes 500 horsepower. Why do that when we have a 700 horsepower aluminum headed Hemi?
That's a mouthful. Aluminum headed Hemi.
Yeah, we have that.
Wow,
Let's put that in there. So I have a long history with this engine. This is originally a 528 cubic inch Mopar Performance crate Hemi. That's right, there was a time in the late 90s, early 2000s where Mopar Performance was selling Gen 2 crate engines. They had a 426, they had a 528, they had a 572. This was a 528. And this is the engine that in Blasphemy ran 11s, 10s, 9s with a supercharger before it split the cylinder wall. We took the cylinder heads off of this engine, put it on a different short block, rebuilt it on a picnic table, and went to Roadkill Nights with Blasphemy, and it was awesome. Then I went to Drag Week with it, and those old cylinder heads dropped a valve in my new short block and destroyed the whole thing. Finally, the motivation to rebuild it became the Hemi Gremmie when its Hemi died. And so we went through it, had James Bostic of Yuma, Arizona, rebuild the whole thing with new valve train from Bob Mazzolini Racing, and it's 11-to-1 compression. It should not ever see a supercharger again, which I hope it doesn't because the tunnel ram looks perfect in the Hemi Gremmie. So on the outside, everything is virtually the same between the new engine and the old one, except the new engine has aluminum heads, which save a bunch of weight. But inside, a lot of action happening there. So your garden variety Gen 2 426 Hemi has a 4 1/4 inch bore. That's the hole the pistons go in, and a 3 3/4 inch stroke. This engine has a 4 1/2 inch bore and a 4 150 stroke. So more cubic inches, more volume, more of everything that you like that makes horsepower. This is a bad mamma jamma, and we want to thank Steve Brule at West Tech Performance for dynoing and coordinating all of the shenanigans that took place. And we also want to thank James Bostic in Yuma, Arizona for assembling this bad boy. No fire, that's good. What did it make?
707. I think the next time we see Freiberger in his Hemi Gremmie, he's in trouble. He's got a couple hundred more horsepower with probably 60 or 80 pounds less weight on the nose.
That's why you can appreciate such a fine automobile, you know? This engine just made over 700 horsepower, 200 more than the 426 Hemi it's gonna replace. When we stick this in this car, it's gonna be lighter, it's gonna be more powerful, it's gonna be even sketchier, and we'll do amazing burnouts, and I can't wait to see the look on Freiberger's face. So right now what I'm doing is I'm removing the old dowel pins out of the engine block. We have a unique combo here. We are running a Chevrolet 4L80 transmission behind our Mopar engine, and it required this adapter that we made, and the adapter is a 1/4 inch thick, so these old dowels are not long enough to go through the adapter and into the transmission. You need these to go into the transmission bell housing because these are really what's supposed to take the torque of the engine. I've got to get these out, tap these in, then I can put the adapter in, then I can put the flex plate and the adapter there, and we'll be good to go. Unless, you know, none of this wants to come out, then a half-hour job turns into a 3-hour job. Oh. That's the right one for the right side?
Yeah. I'm not sure what oil filter setup they had on the previous motor. Either these are backwards and got labeled wrong, or there's a different setup maybe in the car. So I'm gonna figure that out right now.
The great thing about filming everything is we could just go to motortrendondemand.com and watch the episode. There's a video record of everything we did. Look at how happy Freiberger was when the car ran. All right, check it out.
That's completely different.
Where is it?
I don't see it.
Oh, damn.
I could probably hack that one in.
Do it for Freiberger, dude. Do your part.
It clears, I can get bolts in it, but this is really, really close to the oil pump here. So I'm gonna take a little more material off right there because I don't want it vibrating and like rubbing on that.
Ah! What? Shocked me. You're holding the ground.
I know.
There we go. It's turning.
So right now, the old dowel pins are stuck in the back of the block. All right, this is the slide hammer. This is all we have in order to get this dowel pin out.
Ow! Okay. Yeah, see? That's one.
All right.
All right, we'll weld the next one.
Good thinking.
Thanks, dude.
I told you the other day, like, together, we are one good brain.
Yeah. 100% of the time, we are 50% right.
Yes.
Boom.
Look at that.
See, now we got the extra length we need to put our plate on there. It's coming. Boom.
All right.
God, we're good. We have multiple bolts that are gonna get Loctite on the threads.
So did you grind those bolts on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the marks.
Yeah, on the car.
We got the transmission all the way up in there and seated against the back of the bell housing, and unfortunately the converter wouldn't slide forward because it's hitting the bolts in the back of the crankshaft, so now we're solving that. Andrew ground a corner off every flex plate bolt, and we think we have our clearance now. We did it.
The danger here is that when we torque these back down, that the heads end up in the right place so that the ground part is out here on the perimeter. Otherwise, we're gonna have to grind it some more, and pretty soon there's gonna be no head left to tighten on this bolt, so.
So let's pick a torque number that's maybe 10 pounds less than what we need. That way it gives us a buffering room so we can actually twist it further if we have to.
No, that's not good.
We got problems.
Maybe it's a one-time use only thing. We'll grind both sides of the header. What are the rules on gift giving? Like, we're giving the guy a motor. Later on, I mean, is it our fault if he can't get it apart? So we're now shuffling bolts side to side, top to bottom, trying to find a place where they'll get close enough where we can torque them and then grind less of the head of the bolt. Ah, wait a minute, what are we doing here, dude? Let's just put new bolts in it and then grind the heads again. Did it work? Yeah. Last piece of the puzzle, our bolts are in, they are torqued. The problem now is the head of the bolt is too thick and it hits our converter. We don't have another set of bolts, so what we're gonna do is once again, grind the head of the bolt on the outside of the diameter of the bolt pattern to keep it from hitting the torque converter. Once we do that, yes, the next person that has to take these apart is gonna have a hell of a time.
So I've just put our mechanical fuel pump back on the new motor. It looks aftermarket. I'm assuming it flows more than stock. Finn, do you think this will flow enough for that extra 200 horsepower?
Sure, why not? Well, the accessories are just about finished on the Hemi. Newbern is installing the fuel pump, and then we'll put the engine in the car.
The hoist has the motor picked up level, but the motor sits in the car at an angle like that, so we're just gonna use a ratchet strap to tilt it so we can get it to slide in the bell housing and down over the engine mounts. I think we're pretty good. Oh, there you go, yeah. All right.
Go ahead and let it down. Now it looks like it wants to go.
Ready?
Yep, keep going, keep going. There we go, right there. There we go.
All right, the engine is bolted in. Now it's time to put all the accessories on, the starter, the exhaust, wire it, plumb it, fire it up.
We are humming right along. Bolting the last few parts on this. Newbern's doing the header on that side. We need to put a header on this side, hook up the fuel lines, wire the distributor, put the radiator in, and then this thing will make noise. Do you think their cars are running? Do you think their cars make noise before this car does?
What if their cars don't make it and this one does? I don't know. What do you think they're talking about?
Well, with Cotton, anything's possible. I gotta be honest.
I wish I was like a fly on the wall up there. I just want to see, are they still there? Are they on the road? Like,
Yeah.
are those cars like running?
What are they doing?
So we haven't figured out a route. We just want to be there.
I just want to take small roads. I don't want to take the highway.
Dude, I love that idea.
Yeah. Question is, let's take bets, guys. Are Finnegan and Newbern going to make it with no difficulty in the death metal Charger?
Here's what I think. It's a 50-50 shot.
50-50.
Maybe not. I think they'll make it.
Oh, you think they will? You're going more with the making
I
it.
think they will make it because they got Newbern. So so I think everything will be perfectly fine.
Did you catch that one, Finnegan?
I didn't say that.
All right, one of the last things to do is wire the distributor. The one that was in here required the use of an ignition box, and the new one is a ready-to-run distributor. Just run ignition to it, and it's ready to go. The old one that was in here required the use of an ignition box, and normally we would just leave this in here, tap into the wiring, and just go. But we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna pull all this out, clean the wiring up, and I might even put a fuse in here, you know, because I care. It's Freiberger's car, and we're trying to do this right.
Do you think he wants that? How does he feel about ready-to-run distributors? I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, so all of this is not needed anymore.
You're right. Just because he chose to put that ignition box in there and went a lot of trouble to wire it, you should take it out.
I'm putting it back in.
I don't know if that's the right answer.
All right, it's back in.
Okay. The best case scenario for this whole deal is we get there, we show him the car, we hand him the keys, and then go, all right, later, and we walk away before anything can be judged. Here's your car, it runs and drives. As a team, I think we've decided to leave the crane ignition box in the car as a spare, as a backup, and then hook up these 3 wires to our MSD ready-to-run distributor, and that should make the car run.
You know what's better than one ignition system?
1.5.
Yeah. I ain't got no power. I don't have any power on the alternator.
What'd you do, Newburn? Uh-oh.
The hell you mean, uh-oh?
Nothing lights up here. Power goes right here to that bulkhead connector.
It goes right here where it's not hooked to nothing. It's dangling under the car. It's probably go to the starter.
Ah. That's why it was so easy to install the starter. And the header's on now. Well, darn. 12-volt Dave figured out that I forgot to hook the main battery cable, which is dangling from the frame rail, to the starter, which is where the power gets distributed everywhere. I'll reconnect it, we'll put it back together, then we will make some noise.
There's no power right now because the box is not telling it to send power out here because we, kind of bypassed it. So now we just gotta run one ignition wire from out here to in there, hook it up. This thing should come to life, make noise, and do burnouts.
Which is what Freiberger would have done.
Yes.
Yes. WWDD. What would David do? He'd clean the top of the air cleaner. This is working. So it's raining. I figure we can fire it up in here, but we really can't test drive it because it's got no wipers, nor can we let anyone see it out and about. So pretty much we'll fire it up here, make sure it runs, assume it does good burnouts, and then load it on the ramp truck and go.
He can do the first burnout.
He can do the first burnout. He can do all the burnouts.
Yeah.
That way if it breaks, that's his. Big moment. I believe it is wired, it is plumbed. We no longer need this piece of tape that says do not start or crank because the number 4 rocker arm is loose. Yeah, do it.
Here we go.
I can't tell if you're messing with me right now. Turn the ignition on. There you go.
Ready?
Yep. Doesn't sound like it's got any spark. Well, the ground wire is loose to the coil. Let me tighten that.
This is a big moment.
Try it again. No weird noises, no leaks. We good.
I'm gonna have a beer just for Freiberger.
Now on to the surprise. We need to shoot a decoy video. We'll go to the other shop. We'll shoot a clip with death metal, like, hey, we're getting ready to go on a road trip. And then we go radio silence. So he thinks we've got it. Meanwhile, we load this on the back of the ramp truck because there's no way we're gonna risk driving this there. And we'll cover it in cardboard boxes, a blue tarp or something. That way, when it's going down the highway, no one knows what it is. And then when we get there, we'll uncover it.
Okay.
All right, we're at my other shop because we had to come here for 2 reasons. First off, we're trying to find parts to fix the coilover on the Hemi Gremmie, but also we need to play up the fact that Freiberger is believing we're going to Roadkill nights in this car, my 1968 Charger, better known as the Death Metal Charger. So what we're gonna do right now is tell him via social media that this thing is ready to go.
Yeah.
And we're leaving today. Yeah. What up, everybody? It's Finnegan and Newburn. We are filming an episode of Roadkill right now, and we are heading your way to Roadkill Nights in Pontiac, Michigan this Saturday. All your favorite Motor Trend hosts will be there. Death Metal is ready to go. We are hitting the road. If you want more information on how to get tickets, go to motortrend.com. Thanks. I technically didn't lie. I did not say we were driving it.
It was great.
I just said it was ready.
Yeah.
We only have 364 miles to go to Pontiac, Michigan and Roadkill Nights. And who's driving what?
I'll drive the Wreck Runner for a while.
I'll drive this.
I'm feeling good because I've got the faster car. Speed racer back there ain't racing up with us. Taking his own time. He back there driving his own way, Miss Daisy.
Okay, so these are coilovers off my 1955 Chevy Bel Air, known as Blasphemy. They are shorter. However, if the spring diameter is the same and if the piston's the same, that collar may work on this coilover. More pieces of Blasphemy, bringing the Hemi Gremmie back to life.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, let's roll. We are now attempting to take the upper donut from one of my Viking coilovers and fit it on the very shock. The outside diameter of this here is bigger than the inside diameter of this here where it needs to slide in and register. So all I'm gonna do right now is take the donut, put it in the lathe, and open that up just a little bit. Boom, there we go. I think we can put the car together now.
I'm almost certain that this spring's not right for this shock. I'm pretty sure it's probably 2 inches too long. Trying to get it down far enough where I can get this collar on there. Okay, these are now junk. Our coilover is together. That's all that matters. All right, can you jack the car up for me? It's good, it's tight.
Let's write extensive notes so it looks like we're professional. 9:22. All right. Fire it up one more time, make sure there's no leaks, and then put the hood on. I just like hearing it.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Sounds good, dude.
It feels low fluid. It feels lazy.
Going forward?
And reverse.
Because you were driving over a block of wood.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Okay. Oh, man, she is beautiful. We need to hurry up and get it on here and cover it up before somebody takes a picture of it. What you've got here in front of you is your standard hide a gremlin on the back of a ramp truck when you're going to Michigan kit. We have 2 twin mattresses. Those will go on top of the car to kind of change the shape of it. We have bubble wrap to protect the patina, which is what you want, you know, when you're trying to gift your boss his own car back. You don't want to scratch it. And then you got a car cover to cover the whole thing up so that when you're going down the road, ideally the Gremlin looks like, I don't know, 68 Charger.
Well, the car is just about wrapped up. I think we may put one more cover on it and a few more straps, but for the most part, I think she's good to go. Check it.
No, it's not going anywhere.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're good. Ready?
Yeah, and that does not look like a gremlin.
No, it looks like we bought a CNC machine.
Yeah.
Anybody who sees this going down the highway will not blow up our spot.
No.
750 miles.
That's it?
That's it. This is probably the most precious cargo this truck's ever hauled. Bye, Georgia. So far, so good. We need to program the gauges.
None of them. The gas gauge works, and that's all that matters.
Okay. Oh, dude, it's like the car's not even back there, dude. That is awesome. We have these really nice electric gauges. We have a diesel engine and a truck that was originally gas. We have to program the gauges to get the speedo to read correctly and the tach, and we're struggling. You have the transmission app, right? Can you tell if the converter's locked up and if we're in fourth? And maybe that'll tell you the engine RPM too.
It says we're in 3rd gear and overdrive is off. And the converter's off.
Huh, I wonder why. Because if you wired it right, then there's something wrong with the controller, right? We need to pull over, we need to work on the truck because this is really the first time we've driven it since we put it back together. And we don't have 4th gear and we don't have a lockup converter, which we have a late model Dodge transmission in a Chevy truck behind a Dodge motor with an aftermarket controller. Nothing's talking to each other. We don't have a speedometer working. All these things are connected. Nothing's working. We're gonna throw a tarp on the ground, slide under there, probably discover that it's wired backwards, swap 2 wires, and then we should be good. We should be good, you know?
In theory. All right, be backwards. Be backwards. Be backwards. It's backwards. Yes!
Oh, nice.
Clip is on the bottom.
That means all we gotta do is flip two wires and we get overdrive.
So basically, when I wired this, the guy that told me how to wire it assumed that the plug was in here with the clip up. So he told me how to wire it, but ours, the clip is down. So I think I got these 2 outside prongs wired backwards.
We call him 12-volt Dave, not because he can't wire anything.
I can hear you.
We call him 12-volt Dave because he won't work on anything, but he'll just stand next to your car and the electrical system will catch on fire. That's why we call him 12-volt Dave. Oh, dude, it moved. I got it to go up. We had to pull over because our Haida Gremlin starter kit is starting to show some weak spots at 80 miles an hour. So we're just gonna tune her up a little bit, church it up a little bit, and then we'll be back on the road.
The best we can.
Yeah. When I got out of the truck, I asked myself, what would Freiberger do, you know, a situation like this? This is what he would do. This is it right here. Freiberger would use these.
I think so. All right, ready? I'm gonna go like this.
Oh, yeah. That seems legit. All right, you do that. I'll start applying the 200-mile-an-hour tape. Oh, yeah. It's like wrapping a Christmas present, you know?
It is a Christmas present. Christmas is coming early.
So much safety. That's not going anywhere. Hey, it's official. We're in Tennessee. Woohoo! We made it! One whole state. Knoxville, here we come. This is so cool. As I was lying in my comfortable hotel room this morning, I thought to myself, what would Freiberger do?
I know what he would do.
Ban and drag strips.
Yep.
Yeah. Downtown Knoxville's pretty sweet.
It really is. Is this a river?
I wonder what river this is.
Tennessee Riverboat Company.
This is cool. All these cool places. So we've been hot rodding with a Gremlin on the back of this for 250 miles. It just took 17 gallons. Do the math.
14.7 miles per gallon.
Ooh, that's not bad. We have a box in there where you can just give it all the fuel and roll coal, and it makes all the boost. So we were climbing hills with 60 pounds of boost, just passing fools, allegedly at 80 with a Gremlin on the back. So now we know we're getting 15 miles to the gallon. We're all hot rodding. Let's go up here and scale it. And then let's go find an abandoned drag strip, download an app on our phone, and find out how quick it is with a car in the back.
All of that sounds incredible.
Because that's what Freiberger would do.
Yeah.
What's that truck number?
It doesn't have one. It's private.
Okay, you good?
Thank you. Now we go inside and they print us out a ticket after we pay for it. You don't get the information until you pay for it. On the back axle alone, we're carrying 8,000 pounds for a grand total of 12,460.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Is that Cincinnati?
Oh my God, I think it is.
Does that mean we're in Ohio?
I think so.
Oh my goodness, another state.
I'll be damned.
Wow.
Dang.
I think we're only 250 miles from Michigan.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Dang.
High five.
Wow.
There's a sign. Ohio. Find it here. It is official. We have now made it from Kentucky to Ohio. That means we will be at M1 Concourse, Pontiac, Michigan, where one David Freiberger will be unknowingly awaiting his automobile.
Everything is working so perfectly.
Nothing can stop us now. Should we kill these? We've already killed our careers. Welcome to day 5.
Yeah, Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, it's Friday, yeah. We have managed to find an abandoned racetrack. We're pretty sure we can go there and run this for a full quarter mile and find out how fast the ramp truck is with the Hemi Gremmie on back. And then we only have a 200-mile drive to reach
M1 Concourse, Pontiac, Michigan, Roadkill Nights to unveil this thing finally and get this secret off my chest.
Yeah, it's getting hard to keep the secret.
He's gonna find out.
He's gonna find out, so let's do this. Let's make somebody happy.
Let's go.
I'm excited to find out how fast this car might go. I think this rig will run a 17-second quarter mile.
It's gonna be mint.
It is gonna be mint. What are all the Freiberger-isms? It's gonna be mint. This stuff is junk. Nobody likes you. This is beautiful. Look at that old building.
This is almost unbelievable, man.
Oh my God.
That this is all still standing and still in this condition.
I believe this is Ohio Airfield. I don't
It's
know.
in Trotwood, Ohio, and this used to be a drag strip back in the late 50s.
It says cameras. Smile, you're on camera, so I'm not gonna go in the building. But I feel like we could make one lick here without going to jail.
Yeah, you're driving.
Okay. Well, I'm going to jail. That's what you're saying.
Somebody's got to bail you out. We used my phone and marked it out. When we got to the quarter-mile mark, I got out and just happened to see, it's like, I think this is the old finish line right here. You can kind of see a line going across, so you can see the edges over there. So should I go ahead and put out like a couple of jack stands so we know where the finish line is?
Yeah, I need something bright red.
All right.
Stand them up nice and tall. Yeah.
We're about to race down an old track strip.
Yes, we are.
Oh my God.
Yes, we are. So here's our plan. We have precisely marked out 1/4 of 1 mile on this asphalt tarmac. And just know, loaded for bear, this is 12,500 pounds. That's what we're about to accelerate down this drag strip.
Give it everything.
All the boost, all the fuel is on right now at the starting line. We should have smoke. Oh yeah, we have smoke. You ready?
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Oh boy.
Oh, here we go. Whoa.
Oh boy. That is 50 miles an hour.
Here we go.
Oh, we are locked up.
Yes, son.
Oh my goodness. What was it? What was the ET?
1841.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. This thing with the gremlin on the back is faster than a lot of our roadkill cars have been. Dude, we clocked 80 miles an hour across the stripe. It went 1849. And once the converter locked up halfway down the track, this thing took off. So we're gonna make some adjustments to the computer for the transmission, and we're going again, because I think it's got a 17 in it.
Reset. I'm ready when you are.
Go, truck. All right, 1,400
Lock up.
EGTs. There we go. Come on, shift. Shift. It's not shifting.
Oh, it shifted right there at the end. That's weird.
What was the ET?
1639.
All right, it went quicker. If it had shifted, oh man. All right, but everything's hot now, so.
Yeah, everything's hot.
That's it. All right, 1639. So it didn't go into fourth.
That's weird.
Yeah, the car didn't fall off.
Yeah, let's stop playing in this.
We've had our fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go see Freiberger.
Right now, we are blocks away from M1 Concourse. This is where Roadkill Nights is happening. Freiberger is on the premises. He's wondering what's going on.
Roadkill Nights in Pontiac, Michigan, powered by Dodge. This is the deal where we shut down Woodward Avenue for street racing in front of 40,000 people.
We actually made it. So far, so good.
I believe he's on the other side of these buildings, so as long as we're back here, he can't see us.
What's up, sweethearts?
What's going on?
What, you got a load of lumber here? You don't want to get wet? What's up with
It's
this?
a piece of machinery.
Tell me what you think this is.
I'm feeling water.
Okay. That's a great guess. It's wrong, though. Help us unwrap it.
Just don't cut into the cover, like don't cut what's under.
Oh,
it.
no.
What does the back remind you of?
A boat.
This is the perfect place for that.
And we could go boating. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's a Dodge Dart.
No, you
No,
want to
it's
try
a
it again?
Gremlin. It's the Hemi Gremmie.
It's a Dodge Dart.
Where did the Hemi Gremmie come from?
We stole it from California.
You did?
And we might have got it running again.
No way.
Yeah.
Freiberger's gonna lose his mind.
That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping he has no clue.
He doesn't.
Dude, that's awesome.
He would literally lose his mind. I'm not even Freiberger, but I'm thrilled for the man.
I'm gonna leave. You guys are gonna get in here and you're gonna drive it over in front of him, and I'm gonna meet you guys over on the skid pad.
Dude.
And you guys get to just drive in like G's. And
In the ramp truck, we'll take
the
it.
ramp truck, yeah.
Yeah.
Just pile in and he will see.
All week
right.
they were like, "Do you know anything?" I'm like,
Wow.
"Nope."
He thought we drove death metal here.
That's the whole
metal,
thing.
yeah.
Death metal was supposed
kept
to be.
telling me.
And we kept saying, I said death metal about 10 times.
I'm actually shocked and touched by the level of generosity and goodwill. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing.
He deserves it. He literally deserves it.
You are just a bro's bro, man.
I love that guy.
This was a hard secret to keep for months and months. This sucked.
Nervous.
You did good. Let's just go down there and let's make the rest of it happen and have a good time.
I'm kind of interested in seeing Freiberger's reaction, you know?
Whew. Finally, after 5 days of just panic of trying to keep this secret, we can finally see the Gremlin on top of the ramp truck, and in just a few minutes, Freiberger's gonna find out how fast it is, which really excites me. How many people here watch Roadkill?
Everybody.
I got a little confession to make here. I've been lying to Mr. Freiberger for a long time, so I'm ready to end this whole thing right now.
No idea what's going on right
He
now.
has no idea why he's here. He thought he was here for some unveiling of a Dodge.
Am I getting a cooler dumped over my head or something? I'm thinking I'm getting a cooler dumped over my head.
You are not getting a cooler dumped over your head, but we do have a surprise for you.
Okay.
13 years ago, this guy hired me to go work at Hot Rod Magazine. And pretty much from that moment on, I've had one adventure after another. And about a year ago, I wanted to repay you, and I didn't have a good idea of how to do that until something happened. And it gave me a great idea of how to repay you. And so any minute now, my friends are gonna be driving in here with something that you know nothing about. But for over a year now, we have been hiding a secret. We have stole a car from you. We've stolen an engine from you.
Really?
Behind your back, we fixed your car and your engine.
Oh, no way.
This is the Hemi Gremmie. This is the car that I would say this is one of your biggest builds. And sadly, on our first real road trip, like 10 miles in, it ate a push rod, it ate a rocker. You were bummed out because you didn't have time to fix it. We got together with the idea of fixing the Hemi Gremmie.
That's wild.
And although that's a great idea, I decided, 500 horsepower wasn't enough. It needed to be a little sketchier. So we are now full circle. I once traded you a bunch of V6 parts for a Hemi. I have rebuilt that Hemi for you. It makes 700 horsepower.
No way!
It has aluminum heads. And the original Hemi that you gave me for my 55 Chevy Blasphemy is now parked inside of the Hemi Gremmie.
Get out.
Yes.
Okay, this is absolutely stunning to me. I had no idea, man. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. I didn't think anything like this would ever happen to me. There was a time a long time ago where they wanted to do an episode of overhauling with one of my cars. I said, no way, don't ever do that. I don't want you to do that to my car. I want you to put 700 horsepower in the Hemi Gremmie. This is a complete shock. Did you drive it here?
No, I didn't want it to break again. I gotta be honest, we were very careful. In fact, the entire mantra of this Roadkill episode was, what would Freiberger do? And so we were very careful. This car has been wrapped in mattresses, saran wrap, duct tape, a car cover to get it here with nobody seeing it and putting photos on social media.
Wow.
I have personally not made a Facebook or an Instagram post all week because you thought I was driving my 68 Charger here.
100%.
I didn't want you to know I wasn't. And so we took great pains to make sure we were careful, we weren't gonna hurt your car.
No one has ever done anything like that for me before, and I'm sure you were behind it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You know what, everybody? I gotta say, one of the greatest things about doing this job is we've been doing it together, me and Mike now, for 11 years. We're going into 12. Our whole crew travels with us, and we're like family. We're like a band of brothers down here. We really are. I really appreciate it, Mike. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Talk before I choke up.
That's it here.
Nothing like this has ever happened to me. I never expected anything like this to happen to me. It's a full bro move by all of these guys. The history of the engine that Mike and I have together. But the other thing is, I think all my guys know that I'm shooting TV shows every single week. I don't have time to work on my own cars. Mike knew I would never fix this. So there's one more thing I gotta do, which is burnouts here in front of the crowd at Roadkill Nights.
Boys are back.
I forgot how sketchy this thing is, man.
That's what makes it fun. Dude, look how fast that thing whips around, man.
Oh, man.
Yeehaw! How's the temp? All good.
Yeah, your money, dude. That was awesome.
Wow.
Nice work.
Did I keep it off the rev limiter?
Ah, dude, it was perfect.
I was trying to keep it like under like 6.
I believe we'll make it out of this episode with the car still running.
I think so. That's because this is the last day of the episode. Victory pass! Yeah! Yeehaw! Woohoo! Boom! Boom!
What's up, big guy? Thanks, brother. This car rules.
After the burnouts, we hit up everything that is Roadkill Nights. Awesome fans, drag racing down Woodward, and the grudge match that included Alex Taylor in a Hellcat-powered 55 Plymouth. You can see the buildup of that car and all the racing on Hot Rod Garage on Motor Trend. Now, overall, this is my best day at work ever. Finnegan and Newbern led the charge, but really, the Hemi Surprise involved the entire crew, several hosts, a bunch of people at the office, and really, the message of that means more to me than the Hemi itself. Now, you're wondering what happened to the road trip with Dulcich, Cotton, and me?
Don't get us stuck.
I'm not getting us stuck. We ain't no Steve Dulcich.
Well, that's on the next episode of Roadkill.